Wow, that timer was kind of wonky. Joyous time zones, my Sakonauts. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as the Witch of Tylwyth Teg, and welcome to my Monday morning witchy hour. Today we're going to talk about hedgeriding. Goodness. Hey, Dia. Awesome to see you. I look forward to talking to you today. If we haven't met before, I'd like to welcome you back to my... Hold on. What have I written here? If we haven't met before, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. It's very nice to meet you. If you've been here before, it's so lovely to see you back. I love you guys. Now, we have our choice of meditation this morning. We can do any of the chakra meditations that I've written. So, like, yeah. Oh, goodness. Remind me in an hour. I'm a little flustered today. Can you tell? Let's just start with the grounding ritual, I think. We'll get into like some more serious stuff next time. I'd like to start this morning with a grounding ritual to start your day, start your week. This starts near your domain. If you've not created a domain, you might want to sign up for my newsletter, which is linked below. Sit with your hands in your lap and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it for a moment. And as you let it out completely through your mouth, let go of the tension from the night and the grogginess of the morning. Take another deep breath in. And as you breathe in, imagine you are breathing in pure love. And as you breathe out, imagine you are breathing out forgiveness. Take a third deep breath in, and as you do so, imagine a light coming in at the top of your head. It enters at the top of your head and spreads down over your face, neck, and shoulders. This cleansing light now expands along your back, down your legs, and out through your feet. It is as if cleansing light is a constant flow of soothing energy entering from your head and passing out through the arches of your feet. You are just outside the door of your domain. The air is crisp and cool. The evergreens sway slightly in the breeze, and the ground has a large patch of moss at your feet. Step barefoot onto the moss. Feel how soft it is. Feel the solid ground underneath. That light coming into your head can now be translated into energy that you can send out your feet. Convert the light into roots and send the roots out the bottoms of your feet and deep into the earth, as deep as you can. The soil is fresh, easy to toil, easy to carve a path down. Feel how anchored you are, how close to the earth. Reach down as far as you can. The earth hugs your roots comfortably, no matter how sharp or curly, no matter how many times they split off. Slowly pull the roots back up the way they came. The roots slither through the dark, the soil filling in its wake. Pull the roots back into your feet, convert it back to the light, and let the light filter through you and out the top of your head. Take one more deep breath in and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. When you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we just did our morning grounding ritual. You can usually find these Monday mornings during my stream. Okay. How do you feel after that? Did that help? Oh. I'm going to shuffle my cards. Again, we're going to be working with the Celtic Tarot by Courtney Davis. All right. I almost forgot it's Monday. I didn't wake up so well. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. All right. The Ace of Cups reversed. Is my whole deck upside down? It is. And if my whole deck is upside down, then it is the Ace of Cups. New beginnings. These are Arcana, Wands, Cups. Great joy and contentment. The search for happiness is resolved and a new understanding reached. A powerful insight into life itself reveals some simple truths. New beginnings with the Ace of Cups, absolutely. Now, it says that happiness is achieved, so I don't know, maybe you'll have a good week. This was the card, by the way. Very pretty. Very pretty. Yeah, draw your card too. Starting on our new project today. Also, hi, Steve. All right. Hedgeriding. I actually dug up a tincture that kind of like, in the description, it kind of gives a breakdown of like hedge writing. So here we go. Historically, the hedge witch was solitary healer, living just beyond the hedge boundary of the village in civilized society. To travel beyond this hedge marked the beginning of the wild and the unknown world. The hedge witch intimately lived and communed with the untamed wilderness. She was one with nature. She knew what plants would cure illness, heal wounds, poison, and alter the mind. She existed in all her knowledge, both of physical and spiritual medicine, walking the liminal spaces between this world and the other world. To ride the hedge is to cross the figurative boundary between this world and into other realms, much like a shamanic journey. By reaching an altered state of consciousness, the hedge witch can enter the upper and lower realms of the other world. There are many ways to reach this altered state. Some include drumming, chanting, rattles, and the use of ointments and salves and other concoctions with potent plant spirits. Each plant in this tincture, the tincture that, this is an ad for, was invoked for potent magic. These include wild daga, wild lettuce, godakola, and blue lotus and wormwood, elderflower, lemon thyme, and orange peel. Tinctures are extremely concentrated. Consume with caution. Use a small dose at first, roughly 1 milliliter, and adjust accordingly. Please note, if you have an allergic reaction, do not apply to children, etc. Please be aware that this is a tool to assist you in your hedge riding, journeying, and path walking. It will have different effects on different people, and I cannot guarantee any particular outcome by its use. Like with any spiritual practice, you must do the proper work to cultivate deeper awareness. Herbs, ointments, and crystals, etc. are to help you along, not a replacement for actual practice and discipline. I think that is all very good. Add to collection. Let's see. It's looking card. Writing project? No, sadly, it's a work project. Yeah, work project. But hey, if it goes happily, I'm happy. Yay! What? Queen of Pentacles. That is stability and that is like the first word that comes to mind when I think of the Queen of Pentacles is, the motherly sort that is stable in your life. Okay. So, with the use of various mind-altering drugs, you kind of go on this trip. And, kind of like peyote or mushrooms, except those are more extreme methods of going on a journey. If you had the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles side by side, I would say oftentimes the Ace of Cups is a new relationship. So maybe there is a new stability coming into your life. That's how I would, look at it. So if you're unaware, wormwood is also the main ingredient in absinthe. Yes, indeed. Which is technically illegal in the US. They keep kind of like fucking around with the wormwood content in absinthe in the States. Most of the absinthe that you will buy will not have wormwood in it. It will still be, hi, Hey, Kiri. We're just getting into the kinds of ingredients that are often used in hedgeriding. Mugwort is really common. I tend to avoid mugwort because it's quite poisonous, and too much of it can really mess you up, and not in a fun way, by the way. Wormwood is often involved, especially if there isn't mugwort in it. And then, other stuff to make it, the smell and the feeling on the skin and all of that jazz are aspects that are considered when putting together a salve or a tincture or whatever. Now, the tincture, I wonder if you ingest it. I use a salve, so I'll usually put it under my nose, I'll put it on my chest, put it on my pulse points, and wait about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and what is Chime telling me? Oh, whatever. I'm easily distracted this morning. I apologize. So I have notes that once you are good and high, also marijuana, if you are unfamiliar, can kind of like automatically put you in that state of mind of gnosis. Other chemicals in wormwood might decrease swelling. That's nice to know. Wormwood oil contains thujon, which may be poisonous. Thujon is wormwood oil, excites the nervous system and can cause seizures and other adverse effects. Oh, well, that would, yeah, gotcha. So too much absinthe can really mess you up, or too much wormwood. And most of the time, tinctures and salves and stuff like that you buy are like homegrown. So they're not mass produced or anything like that. They're usually put together by someone who is growing the wormwood in their garden. So once you have taken your salve and you find your head in an altered state of consciousness, you'll start seeing visions. I recommend starting in your private Idaho. If you are unfamiliar with this area in your brain, I recommend signing up for my newsletter, which I don't newsletter at all. But there is a free download for a meditation putting together your domain. Do I have a thing for domain? Yes, domain. So it's not domain, it's kind of like it is, though to use the term domain is not wrong. It is definitely, oh, my cats are doing wonky stuff. So you can travel when you are in this state of mind. And now that the new moon is coming up tomorrow, and There is a partial eclipse and it's new moon, so it is particularly potent. And the closer we get to Halloween, the more the veil lifts, which means, yeah, spirits are coming in, but you can go out very easy. Because of the toxicity, wormwood products made in the US are required to have less than 5 ppm. Ah. Well, that makes sense. So there are precautions that you should take before you just astral project into oblivion. One, so before you head out, ward yourself with sigils. I ward myself with protection and with safe travel. Set your intentions and goals. So don't go out traveling for the sake of traveling. Go out with like an intention, something that you're looking for, or someone you want to contact, or maybe you want to look for real estate or something. And goals. So any spells that you want to cast while you are in this state, I recommend having them kind of like stockpiled in the back of your head. Ground yourself, much like we just did, and center yourself. Have something in mind when you project. Yes, if you astrally project, I strongly recommend having goals and having intention with everything that you do. Let's see. Have a kill switch. I recommend implementing like a panic button. So if something goes terribly wrong or someone walks in the room and wakes you up or anything like that, there's a kill switch. So you can kind of like come back to your body with less implications. And ensure a safe trip. So turquoise is really good for trips. If you have any charms for travel, that would help. And then during, okay. So during your trip, one, set a timer. I set it for 20 minutes. The time that you adjust, spirits reside in the astral plane and not all of them are friendly. And there is a good point where there will be an unfriendly spirit pretending to be someone close to you, like grandma, for instance. So don't trust everything that you see. Always travel with guides. I found my guide while I was out and about. I did not go with the guide when I first headed out. I found him while I was banishing a bunch of spirits, and he didn't banish. Trust your gut. Trust your gut for sure. Not everybody is going to be your friend, and I recommend having a weapon of some kind. Besoms are really good for, I use a besom that's like yay big, and I kind of sweep around me to kind of like blow off some bane spirits who want to hitchhike. I use a wand to kind of zap things. I have a pair of scissors that also double as a knife. That is my athame. I use that to open portals and to... I've never used it as a weapon, now that I think about it. I think... yeah, maybe I'll try that sometime. Don't go alone with strangers. That is, it's just like being in a shitty part of town, you know. And don't stress. Your stress will put you in worse positions. Coming back home. So always go back the way you came. Excuse me. Send out, once you are back in your body, send out like a ping for missing parts of you. Sometimes other stuff will come with it. Yeah, setting a beacon. That will often do the thing. Take the same path every time. Just because you take the same path does not mean you will end up in the same place. So be very wary about your way home. Give yourself time to get used to being back in your body. I usually take something like a half an hour to kind of like get my wits about me, and maybe the mind altering stuff is kind of like still in the throes of things, so kind of like giving myself time to kind of sober up and be back in my body. Then you know the drill. You ground and center and cleanse and all of those things to make sure that nothing else came with you. And then write about it. Write down what, like scientifically, you know, where you are critically thinking about your trip and who you talked to and where you went and what the scenery was like. And there are 3 planes that I play with anyway. There is the middle plane, which is like directly overlapped with this plane. There is the upper plane, which is full of gods and angels and stuff like that. And then there is the underworld, which is known for shamanic journeys in facing your shadow. So, like I said, when you go down with intention, you a lot of times that intention involves shadow work in some capacity, and that usually means a trip to the underworld. So, those are my notes on Hedgeriding. I got a thing on sigil work, active versus passive hands. So, your dominant hand, it doesn't matter if you're lefty or a righty, but your dominant hand is your projecting hand, and your receiving hand is your non-dominant hand. So you don't need tools to hedge ride, like the wand or the FMA or the, the stuff, all the stuff, weapons and whatnot, besoms and other things. So is hedge riding something that specifically has to do with substances? Some people need it and some people don't. Those who dissociate really easily or who can slip into gnosis at the drop of a hat, like I can, I don't need the mind-altering substances, but I like to kind of ensure that I don't have to expend a lot of energy doing it. Any other questions? So, a hedge witch is both a herbalist and a traveler. Just in case you were, and Katchin has always done it without substances. So, just never called it hedge riding before. Yep. There you have it. Oh my gosh. We have a whole half hour left. I'm puzzled. I never heard the term before. Oh. Yeah, hedge witches have a dual purpose. Hello, kitty. Yeah. Hedge riding is it's a quest for your inner self, usually. So, like, the person that I am on the other side is very different, I think, than the person I am here, and I'm trying to kind of like merge the two. So there are things I'm just not going to be capable of on this plane. So astral projecting can go two ways. I have a friend who actually travels the earth with astral projection. And then there's the world tree. I use the world tree kind of like a map. So the branches and the leaves and all of that is the upper realm. The trunk is the middle realm, and the roots are the underworld. So that is how I think of astral projection personally. So now that you have heard the term hedge witch and hedge riding, so there is this thing, especially with besoms, with brooms. What they used to do is use the salve or the tincture or whatever, coat the handle of the, yes, coat the handle of the broom and then, ride the broom. And that is how they would alter their state of mind. I'm not gonna condone masturbating with a broom. Like, that just doesn't appeal to me. But that's what they used to do. And the stronger your imagination, the stronger your visions. So you writers, especially, should be able to do this with very little effort. Well, the first time is always tricky. I will state that. I might end this stream early. Jeez Louise. Are there any other questions regarding Hedgeriding? I keep a journal specifically for my Hedgeriding. This is my current book of mirrors. I have a whole section devoted to all my Hedgeriding trips. Yep. I need to finish writing out these things before I take another trip. If you liked this video at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button, and if you would like to see more videos like this one, you can usually find me. I think I'm more stuck on about the new beginnings you mentioned with the Ace of Cups. Yes, it is usually the maybe new creative projects or new spiritual projects. If you have it in your being that the week is going to be good, then I suspect things will, especially with the new moon and the eclipse coming up so quickly. And I think there's going to be a lot of manifesting kind of coming about. So the new moon is a great time to cast. Usually I'd wait till the full moon, but setting your intentions and kind of like planning the life that you want tomorrow is going to be super effective. I'm usually here on Mondays. If you want me to stream more often or less often, you know, comment and let me know. Yes. It's a partial eclipse, so we might not see too much because it's a new moon. So it's gonna be dark, but it's gonna be a really powerful night. All right. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed, I strongly recommend doing so, and maybe even ringing that bell on the off chance that YouTube actually notifies you when I go live. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.